The rules have changed. There's a fine line between right and wrong. And somewhere in the shadows, they send us in to find it.
Watch your 6 actual. Target is in the main house. You have execute authority.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
Start clear!
Victor 6-4, green light.
Chemical weapons are now in the wild.
Foreman copies that.
Guys, hostiles assaulted civilians! Get to safety, go!
We get dirty, and the world stays clean. That's the mission.
Take me up slow, breathe me in and let me go. Filling the lungs.
Do it to him, Mikey boy. Oh boy, man, oh man, ladies and gentlemen, we about to go through it again. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Keith Sworn, and welcome back to Tenek FPS. And guys, in today's video, we're just going to play some Valorant, and we're going to talk a little bit, so, you know, just enjoy the gameplay in the background. Not one of my best games, however, you know, we do have a bit of a comeback here, so, you know, it's a bit of enjoyable gameplay. Enjoy that in the background. And remember, guys, if you want to stay up to date on all things first-person shooters, especially on console, make sure you are liking today's video, subscribing to the channel if you are new, and let's go ahead and get on into it. So, Big Bad Battlefield 6 has been revealed. The modern military shooter that, you know, the community's been asking for after a long few years of futuristic nonsense. Oh, man. Nobody can tell where I'm going with this yet. Nobody can. None of y'all seen this before. All hail Battlefield 6. Black Ops 7 is the worst thing ever. It's a dying game. Even though Black Ops 7 is composed of a lot of things we've been begging Activision to do for years. And guys, listen. All right, let me put this disclaimer here right now. All right, I am by no means trying to suck off COD. All right, I like Call of Duty. I like Battlefield too. All right, but I'm just saying there's a little picture here that I don't think a lot of people are seeing when it comes to this whole thing. Like, I think everyone is so delusional and gets wrapped up off of, you know, just initial hype that they begin to lose track of, you know, things that matter. Like, for example, right? You know, Battlefield 6, you know, they're just showing the whole modern military thing. You know, they're getting all hype. There are people angry at Black Ops 7 right now for having carryover skins.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you know, your skins that you spent your hard-earned money on in the last game come over into the next game. There are literally people complaining about it. Now, I get, you know, some of the cartoony skins in Call of Duty and whatever get on your nerves, but still. The one time Activision decides that they're going to save you money, you're upset about that. I don't care, all right? It's saving me money. I will blow Beavis and Butthead's head off 9,000 times in a lobby if it saves me money. I'm not complaining about that. But no, seriously, guys. A modern military shooter. Rumors of a upcoming battle royale. The battle royale hardcore and diehard streamers and content creators jumping on the game saying, oh, we need a battle royale. Oh, y'all need to change this in the game and change that. Blah. No one has seen this before. And you guys really think that Battlefield 6 is going to be all well and dandy. I gave you a clue in the video. Does anybody remember Modern Warfare 2019? Pretty sure Modern Warfare 2019 was, that one game that gave us all hope. Hell, that game was the last time T. Martin made a video. That's how you know. That was, at least on his COD channel anyway. Yeah, that's how you know the last time. That was the last time Call of Duty gave us hope. That nigga never came back after that. But, no, seriously. Modern military shooter, a battle royale rumored, aka the war zone that we have today. And Warzone is what ultimately led to the downfall of COD that we're dealing with now. Now, don't get me wrong, Activision have made their mistakes, and there's been other things that attributed to the downfall of Call of Duty and how we feel about the game today way before this. But the skins, the Fortnite look-alike, all kinds of BS, all that stemmed off of from that one game. It all started with Modern Warfare 2019. And I'll never forget it. One of the first goofy kind of skins we saw in that game was when that one hot chick, the model that was one of the operators in the game. I'll never forget it. She had like a cat ear suit on or something. You know, don't get me wrong, the skin was fine as hell, but that's literally how they test the waters and how things start. Fast forward years later, we run around with Beavis and Butthead and cartoon characters in Call of Duty. Warzone is trying to be as first-person Fortnite as it can be. And now y'all really think that Battlefield, run by good old greedy EA, aren't going to take the same route if they get the opportunity to. And it's just, all hail Battlefield 6. All hail Battlefield. Guys, what? What the hell? Activision and EA are one and the same, man. They got the same greedy mindsets and just, oh my Lord Jesus. I don't know how y'all falling for this. Now don't get me wrong, like I said, I'm not saying Battlefield 6 is a bad game. I'm not saying, Black Ops 7 is the best COD ever. No. I'm just saying, be cautious, man. Y'all have been here before. It's literally like watching 2019 all over again. And the whole Battlefield 1 versus Infinite Warfare thing just all over again. Black Ops 7 getting dislike bombed to hell. Battlefield getting, all the likes. And at the end of the day, Infinite Warfare still sold amazing. And ended up being one of the best years of competitive COD ever. And a lot of pro players say that some of the futuristic CODs delivered some, the best competitive years of Call of Duty. That's just, because, they were different. They just offered something that usually wasn't there in previous Call of Duty games. While it may not have been, the greatest looking to some of the more casual fan base or even, content creators who were getting tired of it, it was still something very different in the competitive scene. And that's why I think, Black Ops 7 is probably going to be a solid year for Call of Duty, for diehard fans and, those who enjoy COD competitively. But then again, like I was saying before, I could be very wrong. This whole thing could go the reverse way in what I'm saying, and I'll be the first to admit that if that happens. But guys, just seriously, just look at the signs. Look at how everything's turning out. This is the exact same way things started with Modern Warfare 2019. It came out, we got Warzone a few months later, and then Warzone ended up being the focus of Activision and, just all the studios in general for a while, and multiplayer took a back seat. You guys know how that felt. How many years in a row did we get CODs that were only launching with 8, 9, and 10 maps for multiplayer? but Warzone was getting a brand new Battle Royale map with every game and weapons and, and everything was being balanced around Warzone. And y'all really don't think if EA's rumored Battle Royale for Battlefield pops off, they're not going to do the same thing? Well, really, y'all really don't think EA's Battle Royale is going to have a bunch of cartoony skins and stuff like that? If you guys, you got to look at it from, the business standpoint of a lot of these companies. Hey, you have a chance here to replicate Fortnite's success and what they did. Are you going to do it? Just imagine yourself as a greedy corporate guy. Yeah, they're going to do it. There's no way in hell they're going to do it. And the sad part is about this, right, is Activision and EA, they're both so off on this. The whole point of Fortnite skins and everything. People keep forgetting that Donald Mustard had a big old lore story behind Fortnite. He was trying to build this crazy multiverse that tied in Marvel and a bunch of different universes and so on. He was actually, making something out of it, something creative in it. He wasn't just throwing all these skins in there for no reason. They paid for these collabs back to back to back to back to just keep trying and build this ever-evolving world. All right, and while, Activision and Call of Duty, they do okay with the zombies lore and, tying the campaigns a bit into Warzone here and there and stuff like that. Their goal ain't all that at the end of the day. They're simply just throwing some BS around so they can just try, drop as many crazy skins in the game as possible. Like, for example, what's the Beavis and Butthead lore of Warzone? There is none. What's Nicki Minaj's and Snoop Dogg's lore to Modern Warfare? None. It's just I don't know, and it bugs me that everyone's just looking at Battlefield possibly getting ready to do the same thing, and they're just like, oh yeah, praise Battlefield, F Call of Duty, because and Battlefield fans especially, y'all got hype with Modern Warfare 2019 because it had bigger, larger gameplay modes that replicated what Battlefield does. Y'all suffered this along with us. And here y'all are diving into it again with your own game. And like I said, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll be the first one to say it. But guys, I do not trust Battlefield 6. And I think a lot of you need to tone it down a notch. Be cautious. Look at your current games. Look at them closely. See what they're really doing. Take a better look, especially at Black Ops 7, because that game is nowhere near as bad as half of the people are complaining about it. Or at least it doesn't look to be. And just open your eyes a little bit. The signs are right there. I'm just saying, take some caution. That's all. Not trying to hate on either game, not trying to pump up either game. Just, y'all know how these companies do at the end of the day. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Let me know what you're feeling down in the comments below. Y'all enjoyed today's video? Smash that like. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.